PDA, Pathological Demand Avoidance. This is something that falls under the Autism Spectrum Disorder, and it's been popping out a lot more lately because of the mental health issues and the issues it causes. I'm Frances Shefter with Shefter PDA, where we help families have a stress-free IEP experience. And today I want to talk about PDA and how that impacts what's called autistic burnout. Autistic burnout is a state of physical and mental exhaustion that's often occurs for people that are on the spectrum. It can include feeling overwhelmed, fatigued, reduced tolerance to sensory input, and diminished social functional skills. And what happens is the child is in, or adult, person with autism, is in a constant fight or flight stage. And because of the PDA, this happens and pushes to the burnout, because with PDA, it's characterized by extreme avoidance by everyday demands and expectations. And here's the thing, a lot of people think that, oh, the child's just being oppositional and it's ODD and you just need to spank that child and put them in their place and what they need to do. They just need to listen more. But PDA, that's not what it is. It's not a choice that the child makes to not do it. It is such an internal trigger of anxiety and stress on even the basic demands that the child just physically can't, no matter how much they want to. I mean, this includes maybe going to a party or going to a friend's house or going out to eat, whatever that may be. It's a demand that's put on the child that triggers their system. The other thing is social interactions and social strain. People with autism tend to have a harder time interacting with their peers because they don't understand the social norms and it's different for them. So it's very difficult for people with autism, especially with the PDA profile, to be able to maintain a relationship. It's very taxing for them because the child feels that they have to fit in. And so they're masking or doing what they need to do to fit in with everybody else, while also trying to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing that's socially normal and listening to the other person and having all of this other stimulation going on. So it's very straining for them and can contribute to the autistic burnout. The other thing is cognitive overload. And that is just avoiding, the constant effort to avoid the demands, comes to cognitive overload. And the person with PDA is spending a lot of mental energy planning on how to avoid or resist demands. So again, it's mentally exhausting and contribute to burnout. So all these factors come to autistic burnout. And what is autistic burnout? Autistic burnout is when a child cannot function. And I've seen this often with the older children that their needs weren't met when they were younger, and the child is having school refusal because they can't even get out of bed. They can't even function. And the schools don't necessarily understand this because it's relatively new, but autistic burnout is real. And people need to understand it, and schools need to understand it so that we can help our children get back into school the way they need to eventually, and when it's emotionally safe for them to do so. Our firm has had a lot of experience with IEPs with children with PDA and working with schools to develop these plans. So if you have any further questions, please reach out, give us a call at 301-605-7303. I'm Frances Shefter with Shefter PA, where we help families have a stress-free IEP experience.